Hi lovelies, welcome to Gina's Quincy Kitchen. Today we're going to make this beautiful, gorgeous fish pie. This fish pie, we are going to use canned fish, which is sardine, to make it. You can use mackerel. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the details and step by step how to make this fish pie. It's beginner's guide. So let's get started. I'm going to start in adding my flour into the bowl. So I added 4 cups of flour, and after that we are going to add other ingredients and start mixing. So for the ingredients we're going to add, I'm going to use powdered milk. If you have liquid milk, then that will be fine as well. If you don't have milk at all, no problem, you can make the dough. Okay, so I added 2 spoons of powdered sugar, okay, and I added 1 teaspoon of salt, and I have my 2 spoons of powdered milk, okay, tablespoon of powdered milk. Yes, so now I have the butter. I'm going to add butter into it, because when you're making this crust or you're making the dough for fish pie or any pie, it needs a lot of butter. Okay, so I try to add enough of butter into it. The whole butter is 250 gram, but I added almost 180 gram of the butter into these 4 cups. I didn't use everything. Okay, I kept almost 70 of it. So guys, then I start mixing. Remember, I didn't add anything like rising into it, like baking powder or soda or baking soda. I mix everything without it. Some people like to add it, but today we're not going to add anything. We're mixing it with butter. Okay, the butter will do the job that we wanted into it. And we have our cold water. Okay, you can see the cold water. I added ice into it. I just brought it out from the freezer and added ice. So when mixing it with it, it helps the crust to form very well. So when you're making your fish pie, meat pie, apple pie, all the pie, try to mix with cold chilled water. It helps the dough to be okay. It makes it to be crunchy when you finish mixing, when you finish baking it. So after mixing, I'm going to knead it out, but not too much, and I'll put in the fridge to make other ingredients for this fish pie. So I spread the dried flour on top of the table, and I brought out the butter on top of the table, and I knead it out. I'm going to wrap it and keep in the fridge. The butter will be in the fridge waiting while I start preparing the fish pie filling. Okay, you don't need to keep it outside, because you know we added butter and we used chilled water to mix it. If you don't have light, or those of us in my country or Africa, you know, first of all you prepare your fillings, then mix. After mixing, then you start wrapping it and bake it. That will be much better. But if you have fridge or you have light to keep it, just fix it and put in the fridge and allow the butter to, you know, relax very well. I like keeping mine to relax. Sometimes I make the butter like today, and tomorrow I start, you know, making the fish pie. So now we are going to make the filling. I added butter butter into the pan, and I added garlic as well. Now I added onions. Yes, when you're making fish pie, it needs a lot of onions. Yes, and you're going to fry the onions, not just to add onions, but try to fry it. Okay, then we added our carrots. Yes, because we're using canned sardine. Now I'm going to add black pepper. So after adding the black pepper, I'll add curry powder. Yes, curry powder is important. Then after curry powder, I will add anise. Anise is optional, but if you have it, it will be okay. If you don't have it, use nutmeg. So I added thyme into it and start mixing. Then I added nutmeg. Then after that, I will add the potato, the Irish potato, and stir everything together. Okay, I stir it about 3 to 4 minutes before adding the sardine into it. Then I stir again, okay, to mix everything together. So I also added bouillon into it, seasoning bouillon, and I will also add salt for taste. You can add to your taste. And I added also the seasoning cube. Okay, add to your taste as well. So we have corn starch here. We're going to add corn starch. So this is 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. I mix it with water. I'm going to pour in the cornstarch into the filling and mix everything together. After adding everything, all the ingredients, I'm going to cover it and leave it to cook about 3 to 4 minutes before I bring it down. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to start cutting the butter and spread it out, then add the fillings into it. So after spreading, I try to put it on top of the fish pie molder, and I'm going to add the fillings into it and start pressing it. But before I press it, I'm going to rub some egg on top of the butter at the side so that it can help it to stick together very well. Okay, so when you're pressing it, don't press too much, because when you press it too much, it will not form very well. But as soon as you see that 2 of them has already gum together, just take it gently and open it. Okay, the egg, I added 1 egg and milk and mixed together. That's what I rub on the batter. So I try to make every fish pie batter like this. So lovely. I prepared the fish pie. I give it some opening so it will help the air to go out when baking. And I'll also rub the egg with milk on top of the fish pie to make it to look shiny and awesome. Then when doing this, I preheat my oven to 425 degrees, okay, and I allow it to preheat up to 10 to 15 minutes before adding my fish pie into it. Then when you add your fish pie, reduce it to 180 and allow it to bake from 20 minutes to 25 minutes until it gets brown the way you want it. So lovely. That's our fish pie already baked, nice, neat and beautiful. So if you haven't subscribed to your girl Gina, please kindly hit the button, okay? Click the button below, and whenever I uploaded a new video, you'll be the first to know. Subscribe to your girl. It's easy, okay? If you love my video, kindly subscribe to your girl. Support me, okay? Join the family. You are going to love it here. Thank you and God bless you all. See you on my next video. Bye.